Hey, it's Rick Kettner here. Let's talk about how to attract early prospects to test a business idea with real potential customers. This is the third and final step based on a recent video that I published on how to test a business idea. If you've not yet watched that video or the videos focused on steps 1 and 2, I recommend that you check them out. You can find links up in the information box or down below in the video description box. And of course, if you're interested in learning even more about how to build and grow your business, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. But let's get into it. The very first video in the series focused on bringing your business idea to life by building a simple marketing website. And of course, the second step focused on improving your messaging and relaying the idea more effectively by gathering early reactions from family and friends and to make sure the messaging actually explain the product properly in a way that people could understand what it is, who it's for, and why someone might be interested in buying. So here in step 3, we're now going to focus on testing the idea with real potential customers. And this involves two different processes. On the first hand, we actually want to figure out how to attract customers to the website. And the second is once they arrive on the website, we need to focus on measuring and testing and tracking how they react to the site. And we'll talk a little bit more about how to do that. But when it comes to actually bringing people to the website, what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on using either Facebook ads or Google ads. And of course, there are many, many different ways that you could attract people to your website. The reason why I'm focused on these is because they're fast, inexpensive, and they're typically highly targeted, which means it's going to be easier to bring real potential customers to your website rather than having it be hit or miss, where some people are coming to your site, but they have various degrees of interest or intent in terms of their interest in what it is that you're selling. So Facebook and Google ads make it really straightforward. You can use one, you can use the other, or you can blend the two. The reason why you might want to choose Google ads is if your business idea has very clear search phrases associated with it. So for example, if you're bringing a new video guitar lessons product online, then you might look at Google and realize, okay, people search for online guitar lessons, video guitar lessons, how to play the guitar, how to learn the guitar, that sort of thing. And if there are clear phrases like this that tie right into your product, then advertising on Google is one of the most effective strategies because people that search are already demonstrating intent. They're already suggesting that they have an interest in finding some kind of a solution for their problem. And if your product happens to be that solution, then it's a pretty direct route to bring in customers and to try to convert them in, or I should say bring in prospects and try to convert them into customers. But if that doesn't work, or if you just want to take a different approach, if you don't have search phrases, then Facebook is ideal if you have a clear target demographic. So if you want to reach an audience and you can identify them based on things like age, gender, interests, location, anything like that, then advertising on Facebook may be an even better option depending on, again, whether or not there are search phrases that might fit on Google. And so pick the platform that works best for you or use both. You don't need to have an expensive budget here. You can spend as little as $100, $10 a day over 10 days. But of course, your ad spend should probably relate to the overall risk that you're taking with the business idea. So the more expensive it's going to be to bring your product or your service to market eventually, the more you're going to want to invest up front in testing to make sure that you have a winner before you really put all that time, energy, and money into bringing your business to market in the real world, whatever it may be. So just do that appropriately. Don't underspend. I know there's a temptation to just, spend a little bit, figure out if it works or not, but the more risk you're putting out, the more you really should consider spending up front to make sure not only that your idea is a winner, but that you actually gather early feedback so you can improve the idea and make it more likely to not just be a moderate success, but a really big success. So when we're using these marketing channels, very important, regardless of whether you're using Facebook or Google, that you split test multiple ad copy. Just like we talked about in step number 2, odds are with your website, your very first attempt to describe your product is not going to be very effective or clear, and that's why we gathered feedback to improve our messaging. Here, same thing is true. Even if you already base your ads on your headline from your website and you're sure that it conveys whatever it is that you're offering, you're still going to want to create multiple iterations and split test them. And for the people out there that are brand new to advertising, all this means is you run multiple ads. Different ones are shown to different people in the audience, different prospective customers on the Facebook news feed or in Google search. And the best performing one, you're going to be able to either wait to have more, and I mean weight like heavier weight to be displayed to more people, or you can just simply kill the ones that are performing weaker and focus all your energy on the one that is performing best, and maybe create some variations based on that. But very, very important that just as we took time to improve the website itself and its ability to communicate what it is that you're offering, you want to take time to split test, create multiple ad variations to make sure that you're giving it your best chance of actually attracting people when it comes to advertising. So the kinds of things that we're looking to test here, we're looking to test how many people see the ad, because you need to know that, how many people click the ad and thus visit the website, how much time they spend on the website, and then how many people click the call to action button on your website. So in step one, we talked about how your website should have a detailed headline, it should have relevant imagery, and it should have a clear call to action button. And that button might be buy now, sign up, register, join a free trial, learn more, whatever is appropriate for your business. And as we described in that video, when somebody clicks that button, you'll simply take them to a second page that says, sorry, the product or service is not yet available because you can't collect payment yet. Your business is not real yet. But when they click that button, when they land on that page, we're effectively going to track that as a conversion. And even though it's definitely short of somebody pulling out their credit card and actually submitting payment, for the purpose of this test and what we're trying to achieve here, that is a conversion. That is someone demonstrating clear intent in what it is that you're selling. And the reason why this is important is because Facebook and Google both allow you to add code to that page to track your conversions, and then you can see which of your ads is actually most effective at not just sending people to your website, but making sure that the people that land on your website are the people that are interested enough to click your call to action button and land on this second page. So that's very important, because in some cases you can way overpromise in your ad, have a whole bunch of people click your ad and land on your website, and then have them not be interested in what you're actually selling, and then they don't actually click your call to action button. And that's not what we want. We want the people that are not just going to visit the website, but are also going to click your call to action button. Now, as far as expectations here, as I mentioned in the very first video, the original video that covered all three steps, you shouldn't expect a whole horde of people to click on your ad, land on your website, spend a bunch of time there, read everything, and immediately click to buy. That's just not realistic. Unless what you're selling is a total impulse purchase, in the overwhelming majority of cases, especially if your product price creeps higher and higher, then you shouldn't expect a large number of people to click your call to action button. But the goal here, again, from the very beginning, is to simply test your business idea itself, test your ability to communicate that idea, and here in the third step, test your ability to attract people to the website and gauge general interest. And if you see any momentum there at all, then what you can do is start to improve your ad copy, continue to improve your landing page, your website copy, build out your actual product and service when you're confident in the idea. And then, of course, you can start to increase your ad spend and consider adding and building out new products and services to increase the overall value that you provide and thus the money that you can earn, and you can turn around and spend more of that on advertising to grow your business. Of course, the alternative is that you realize that not that many people are interested and that you need to continue to iterate and evolve your idea until more people are interested. And this might sound like bad news, but the fact is, if your idea was heading in a direction that wasn't going to be effective, then this simple three-step process can save you a small fortune in time, energy, and money, because you don't want to spend a bunch of money building out a product or service only to later find out that it's not very effective or it's not a fit for customers. So the worst case scenario here is you end up realizing that your idea isn't quite ready yet. You continue to iterate and evolve it, and then you continue to test ads, and you wait until you see that it is promising, and then you can start to ramp things up. So that's the process. That's everything. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video and if you enjoyed this series, please click the like button here on YouTube to let me know. Not only does it let me know what kind of content you want to see in the future, but it also helps promote this video to more people here on YouTube, which helps us grow the audience and create even more content for you in the future. And of course, if you're interested in learning more about how to build and grow your business, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and that you turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. And of course, if you have any questions or comments or thoughts about this process, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.